Hey guys, today I'm be showing you not really too in-depth of a comparison, but more just of an overview of two very popular full-sized quote-unquote combat guns. The first one I'm going to look at is the H&K USP 45. This one right here is the OD Green frame model. Only 500 of these were made. I guess it's kind of rare. Not really a big deal. I like the frame on it. It's cool. This is a H&K German made, one of the most extensively tested and dependable, proven firearms on the market. And the 6-hour P226 in 9mm. This is another very tested, very well proven, very dependable handgun. This is an old 1990 West German SIG, and this is my personal favorite gun that I have. It's amazing. I love it. Go a little bit more into that in a minute. Take a closer look at these guys. The USP, it's got a safety lever that acts as a decocker as well. Here's in safe mode. That's in fire mode. And the hammer back, you can safely drop the hammer without firing the round that's in the chamber. Go ahead and demonstrate the safety. Before we do that, we're going to clear the weapon, eject the magazine, which the HK, as opposed to having your usual mag release button like most weapons, it's got a little levered thing right at the bottom of the trigger guard, and it takes some getting used to, but once you do get used to it, I personally like it far more than the regular button. This, you can hit this with your trigger finger, middle finger. This is a big gun. I can't quite reach it with my thumb, but just hit it right there. I'm hitting it with my trigger finger. Hit it and it drops the mag. I don't know. It's very convenient. Like I said, a little getting used to, but it's cool. Gonna lock the slide back. Nothing in the magazine. Nothing in the chamber. I don't know if you can tell. And clear it visually. Clear it physically. Nothing in there. So here's how the safety works on it. Safe mode, it locks the trigger, so that trigger isn't going anywhere, or the hammer rather. Locks the trigger, decocks it also. Like we said earlier, the decocker just safely drops your hammer, won't fire the round in the chamber or anything. So it's a good feature to have. You know, it's not a must-have in my opinion, but it's nice to have it. With the safety on, you can move the hammer back, but it doesn't drop, if you can tell. So it wouldn't fire the weapon right now. So that's it. This is a 45. Holds 12 plus 1 rounds. 12 round magazine, 1 in the chamber. Total of 13 rounds. HK, you got your safety / decocker, and your slide lock / takedown pin or whatever. I don't know what the hell it's called, but that's that. Go ahead, put this guy back here. Now we're gonna look at the SIG 226. This particular gun, also made in Germany. It's an old West German SIG. I don't know if you can tell. It's a KA date code, which makes it a 1990 SIG. So this gun was made in 1990. You can see P226, made in West Germany. Like I said earlier, this is my favorite gun ever. You just can't go wrong, especially the old German SIGs. They're very dependable, very smooth. This is I've owned a few guns, shot a few guns, and this old West German SIG's got the best trigger out there. Before I show you guys that, we're going to go ahead and clear the weapon as well. Nothing in the magazine, nothing in the chamber. I don't know if you can see in there. Physically clear it, nothing in there. This is both of these. I probably should have said this earlier. Both of these are double action, single action, which means that the weapon is capable of firing while the hammer is down, like it is now, and capable of firing also with the hammer back. Same with the SIG. Hammer back, pull the trigger, it'll fire. Hammer down, pull the trigger, it'll fire. Hammer down, pulling the trigger, that's called double action trigger pull. And it's called single action trigger pull when the hammer is back. So, yeah, the trigger pull on the SIG, this particular SIG, it's the best trigger pull ever. I can't rave enough about it. It's super light, super crisp, super smooth, and single action. And I can't beat it. HK single action trigger pull. It's pretty good. It's not bad, but compared with the SIG, it's not. It's just not on the same level. This one also. Double action trigger pull on the HK is better than the double action trigger pull on the SIG. The SIG has got a very, very heavy double action trigger pull. I haven't measured it yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if it's more than 12 pounds. It's up there. The SIG, as you can see, has got the slide lock lever, which is right here under my thumb. This is the decocker. SIG doesn't have a safety. It has a decocker, and this right here is the takedown lever. Decocker on the SIG also drops the hammer safely without firing the round in the chamber. So that's what your decockers are for. A lot of people like them. You know, you don't have to have a decocker in your gun by any means, but just from personal preference, I like them a lot. So that's that. We're gonna go ahead and take the guns apart. It's called takedown. For the SIG, all you do is lock the slide back like that. To do that without a magazine in, you just pull the slide back and push up with your thumb on the lock lever, and that's how you do that. We're going to go ahead to break the SIG down. Just slide this down, which is another really awesome feature of the SIG. It's how easy it takes down. And that's it right there. With the slide locked back, swing the takedown lever down, and that's it. It's taken down. The HK, it's a little bit more of a pain in the ass to take the HK down. We're also gonna lock the slide back. Let's switch hands here. Lock the slide back and pull the slide lock up. And or you know what? Actually, you don't have to do that to take it down. To take it down, you actually, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little notch in the slide. You can't really see it right there. Right there. You got to line that little line in the slide with about the middle of the takedown pin. So you line it up and you push from the other side of the frame. You push from there. So line it up, push through as far as you can, and then you kind of pull it out. And it's, like I said, it's not as easy as the SIG. It takes a little bit getting used to, but once you're used to it, it's no big deal. So pull the slide back with one hand, align the notch, pull from behind, and then take it out. And that's that. That's one of the cool things about SIG, man. It's so much simpler on the SIG than a lot of other guns. You know, HKs, Glocks, MMPs, whatnot. So now you got your recoil spring and your barrel. And that's for just a regular everyday cleaning. That's about as far as you have to take a gun down. You know, just down to your frame, barrel, guide rod and spring, and your slide. We'll do that same to the HK. Go ahead and take the spring out. Take the barrel out. And also break it down to the frame. Sorry about that, I can't see it. There you go. Take it down to the frame. Slide, barrel, recoil spring, and guide rod. And I'm not going to go into cleaning it right now. You can do that another time if you really want. The 45 barrel, it's obviously a lot bigger than the 9mm barrel. We'll go ahead and take a look at the rounds. The difference in bullet size. I'm not going to talk about stopping power, 9mm versus 45, blah, blah, blah. Just make up, you know, whatever round you choose. Just become proficient at it. That's all that really matters. Be a good shot, and you'll be alright. I'm going to put them back together. I'm going to slide your barrel back in. Take your guide rod. Spring, stick it back in there. Now with the SIG, line up the rails right here and the rails on the weapon, like so. Stick it in there, lock the slide back, flip the takedown lever up, and you're good. Similar with the HK, stick your hammer in there, take your slide, your spring, stick it in there, and line it up with your rails right here. Line it up, stick it on there. Whoa. Stick it on there. Line up the notches again right there, and stick your pin in there, and there you go. The major differences in these guns is the steel frame. It's actually metal frame versus a polymer frame, plastic frame. The plastic frame is lighter. It's supposed to be durable. I have nothing against polymer frames. A lot of people do. A lot of these old school guys, call them Tupperware guns and toy guns, whatever. Polymer, man, it's been around a while. It's proven. It ain't gonna fail you, especially not in something like an HK or a Glock. MMPs, XDs. It's proven, man. Don't let anybody tell you that a polymer gun isn't good, because they are. Another thing, I'm not really doing like a versus on these. I'm just doing an overview of both of the guns. It's kind of apples and oranges, your 9mm versus your 45. As you can tell, they're both full-size guns. The SIG, the 226, I got small hands. It fits a lot more comfortably in my hand than does the HK. I can still handle the HK safely. It's not a big deal. It's just uncomfortable, in my opinion. The safety for some. Some have to have a safety out there. I don't have to have a safety, but it's okay to have one. You know, I'm not opposed to them either, so I'm happy with the safety. Um, so another thing that's different, I got a TFOs on the SIG. If you can tell the sights, they're True Glow TFOs, they got fiber optics in them. If you can tell, so they glow. They're pretty bright in the daytime as well as the nighttime. I just had these installed. I've only shot about 50 rounds through it since they've been on there, so we'll see how they hold up. So far, I'm pretty happy with them. Where the HK has just got regular white dots on there, whatever HK uses. So overall, the SIG 226, very good gun. This particular one specifically is my favorite gun that I've ever shot or owned. I love this thing. Plan to keep it for a while. And the USP 45, I actually just got this. I'm up just a few hundred rounds in. So far, so good. I love it. It's done me well. Recoil wise, obviously the 9mm is going to be a little smoother. Recoil wise, a little bit easier to shoot. I shoot a lot better with the SIG than I do with the HK, but I expect that to change as I get a few more rounds through the HK. So that's about it. Both of these guns designed for the military. You can read about that on your own. Both of them extremely dependable guns, and you know, they're not cheap, but if you can get your hands on a 226 or an HK USP, I highly recommend it. You won't be disappointed. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it.